Mario Party 1. Created in 1999, the game brought elements of board games, luck, and of course, very fun minigames. Like Monopoly, this game can either make new friends or destroy current friendships. Speedrunning was never a thought on the developers' minds, but in 2009, a forum post on Speed Demos Archive was created, theorizing and creating a way to speedrun the game. Not with the boards itself, although you can speedrun them, but in a mode called Minigame Island. Minigame Island is essentially a gauntlet of all the minigames, like an adventure mode for the game. It would require you to either win the minigame, or meet a certain requirement before you can move on to the next minigame. Out of all 50 minigames in total, the minimum amount of games you could complete was 41. By completing World 5 instead of Worlds 3 and 4, you save a minigame. Completing World 5 is technically faster, but in order to save time overdoing Worlds 3 and 4, you need near perfect luck and gameplay. So for this reason, most runners go through 3 and 4 during their runs. So how fast can this game be completed? Let's find out. I'm Airshock22, and this is the world record progression of Mario Party 1 Minigame Island Any %. Before we get into the bulk of this video, we need to mention the console versus emulator differences. If you look at the leaderboards, you will see the times for emulator are much faster than the console times. The reason for this is because on emulator, there is no lag whatsoever. See, on console, when you play games like Bobsled Run and Handcar Havoc, there is an in-game timer telling you how fast you completed the minigame. But even though Handcar Havoc is done in 35 seconds, in reality it was about 12 seconds slower. Emulator completes it in 35 seconds. Because of the lag, some of the strats that console players try on games like these, the strats don't mean anything to emulator players. So, sorry to Dr. Sprinkles, that might be for another day. There are a few minigames of interest that can either save the run or completely kill it. The big ones that require a good amount of luck are Memory Match, Buried Treasure, Box Mountain Mayhem, Bowl Over, and Hammer Drop. The minigames that can be devastating to new players are Pipe Maze, Ghost Guess, and the Final Slot Car Derby. There are other minigames where luck and lag reduction can be a factor in getting a good time, like Coin Block Bash / Blitz, Limbo Dance, which has 2 separate courses, Musical Mushroom, and Crazy Cutter, which has 3 different characters to trace, some longer than others. Getting through Minigame Island without failing any of these minigames, and several others, is a very difficult task. Not to mention the joystick spinning minigames that hurt several children when the game first came out that required Nintendo to send out gaming gloves to people who complained. 3 minigames in the Any % route involve the joystick spinning minigames, and can be a difficult game to grind when the 4th minigame is most likely going to damage your hands without protection. So, what was the first ever run done? Well, it's impossible to tell if there were runs between the 2009 Speed Demos Archive forum posts and the run that I found, but the oldest run I could find was 45 minutes and 6 seconds, done by NES Kamikaze on August 17, 2011, during a race on Speedrun Live. Unfortunately, the mindset of speedrunning games back then was different than it was today, so the race was done in fun with friends, and no video of this run exists. This record was up for over a year before another race happened and NES Kamikaze improved the run by over a minute with a 43:48 on November 6, 2012. Once again, no video proof. Then, a week later, on November 12, 2012, your boy Graham completed a race with a 42:32, then later performed a run on Twitch that same day and got the first ever sub 40 with a 39:49. There was video proof at one point, but Twitch removed all of the archived videos a few years back, and now that footage is missing. It seems that Mario Party speedrunning has its fair share of missing or not recorded runs, so a new record was created, and the trend continued, with Smoof getting a time of 38 minutes and 10 seconds on December 16th, 2012, once again during a friendly race. So at this point, we finally get a video-proofed run, with Pants getting a run of 37 minutes and 39 seconds on February 17th, 2016. Yes, Smooth kept that record for nearly 4 years uncontested.
What's world record for N64? I'm kind of curious.
Is 37 minutes really the optimized run? Well, not quite. Although he didn't fail any minigames in his run, there are lots of places he could have saved time. The record would stand for over a year before N1 would get a run of 37 minutes and 32 seconds on March 11th, 2016.
It fucking dunked. Just kidding. Oh god, that's funny.
The odd thing about this run is that he did have a death in the basketball minigame, costed around 40 seconds.
Oh. Nope, got completely dunked.
This record is an interesting showcase that even though he died in a run, the world record was still achieved. This shows that the category at this point in time is still very unoptimized. An honorable mention must go to Danimal Sounds, the current community moderator of the Mario Party Speed Games, who had a run completed on July 22nd, 2016 and missed the world record by just 1 second.
Yes! Dude! Wait a second, that's 1 second off the world record! No way! No way! Oh!
This meant that N1, with his 37:32, stood on top. This run stood for 4 months before Dr. Sprinkles would get a run of 36 minutes and 46 seconds, beating N1 by nearly over a minute.
Toad is so far ahead. I'm just gonna pretend it's okay. Ready on time? 36:46.
Did you just destroy world record?
Let's go.
Again?
Let's go.
Baby! You just like decimated.
Danimals is gonna be mad when he finds this out.
Oh, honey.
He said, "Don't touch my category, Sprinkles."
Wow.
That is console or record.
Take me now.
This was a deathless run, and it seemed at this point the run was starting to become optimized. On February 17th, 2017, Retro Chris, a Super Mario Odyssey and Paper Mario runner, submitted his first ever run to any leaderboard and finished a run of 36 minutes and 45 seconds, beating Dr. Sprinkles by just 1 second.
Wait, did I just get world record? Hang on.
At this point in the history of this game, the run was becoming fairly optimized. The player needed a deathless run to even have a chance at world record, and with slot machine, crane game, pipe maze, and bowl over, otherwise known as the gauntlet, becoming an issue at the end of the run, the grind was becoming increasingly frustrating. Less than 1 month later, Bird650, a Super Mario 64 speedrunner, would come along to get a run of 36 minutes and 37 seconds, beating the world record by 8 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just witnessed...
Not only was this world record, it was one of the memeiest beginnings to any run out there.
Hey, if... if this is the run that world records, you have to accept it, right? Well, I'm a moderator and I'm improving it, fuck it. Alright. Oh boy, this is gonna be rough.
This is when things get interesting. Bird's run stood for nearly a year before it would finally be beaten by Dr. Sprinkles once again, with a time of 36 minutes and 29 seconds.
Babe, love all over the world, babe. Woo! You can turn on cam. I'm not naked. Oh, you are.
I'm naked. I'm gonna go get a shirt and some pants.
Woo! Yay! We did.
Then, on March 6th of the same year, Dickiscon, a Banjo-Kazooie runner, got a run of 36:29, tying Dr. Sprinkles' run.
I tied world record, 36:29. Oh! Oh my god! I tied the world record, dude. What the fuck? Oh my god, dude. 1 second! What did I choke 1 second on? I had such a good run.
Did you just tie world record, Dickiscon?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Congratulations.
Then a week later, one-up girl Zaltis, a Smash player from Florida, would get a time of 36:29, making the world record for Mario Party 1 80% Minigame Island have a 3-way tie.
I think I just tied the record. Oh my gosh. I think I just tied the record. Please let this at least tie the record. Oh my gosh. I mean, it does because they don't count the decimals. And even so, I think my decimals are fine. Please tell me I just got the record tied with them. Oh my gosh, please.
Any outsider looking at these leaderboards would assume that this is a speed game where there's not much variety at the time differences, given that there's 3 of the same time at the top of the leaderboards. But in actuality, this game fluctuates heavily when it comes to time save and time loss, making the 3-way tie a pure coincidence. Then, a month later, One-Up Girl was determined to destroy this world record tie and make sure this world record would belong solely to her.
Ooh, what a good PB. What a good world record. Let's go. Got it. Ooh, let's go. Let's go. Very nice. Whew, that was good. Now I am done with this category until somebody beats my time.
She finally did it. With a run of 36:24, it seemed that her dream run was achieved. this would be where the story ends. I actually had this video completed on March 8th, 2019, in preparation to show this video at the end of the Mario Party tournament. But while this video was in production, Dick was grinding to get a new world record in this category, and he succeeded on March 11th, 2019 with a time of 36:14.
New record! Oh, yes, dude! Let's go! World record! World record! World record! World record, dude! Yeah! Yes, dude! Oh, yeah, dude! Yes! 10-second world record! 10-second world record! 10-second world record!
And as of today, that's where the world record stands. Even though nearly 2 decades ago, not a single thought of speedrunning this game was made, but today it has a healthy bit of competition in it. Recently, it's gained popularity with some Banjo runners and Zelda runners, and it's always refreshing to see a community grow like this game does, regardless of how frustrating this game can be. I'm AirShock22, and thank you very much for watching.